Well, here I am again, working on an old car. This is the 25 Chrysler, and when I had it in here, the shop earlier, when I did all the work to it, I couldn't get the rear wheels off, so I said, maybe the brakes will sort of maybe be okay. Sort of maybe. What's the worst that they could do? But let me give you a look-see. They were leaking just a wee little bit. Yeah. And of course the lines weren't bad at all. So this thing sort of didn't stop, not even close. It sort of just acted like it wanted to slow down a little bit when you drove it. And that was getting a little shaky. So I had to come up with a solution to get the wheels off of it. So there's the wheel, and they're calling for a puller and gave me the thread size, and it was something that screwed on the outside of the wheel, and nobody knew anything about one or thread or anything. So I just said, I'll just drill 2 holes in it and put a puller on it. Nobody brought that up at the board meeting, so I didn't even think of it. And that's one of the reasons I didn't pull it apart, because I couldn't figure out how to do it until I really thought about it. It's trying to get too complicated. Yeah, there's the band, and it's sopping with oil. Yeah, got to clean all that mess up. So that puller worked well. Just drilled it and used a 2-jaw puller. A three-holer would have been better, but I used a 2 to try it. Wasn't sure if it was going to work or not, because the 2s turn sideways on you when you tighten them up sometimes. So this is where we are, and I am going to do something with the wheel cylinder. That's the wheel cylinder right there, and clean the band up and see what I can do with that. See if it's usable. And I'm definitely going to get new brake lines. So, you know, everybody does things 3 or 4 times, I'm sure. And this is my 3rd or 4th time here. So, the only trick with these things is when you get ready to put them back together. Because I've got a 29 that I'm working on at work, Chrysler, and it's got the same brakes. And these springs are sort of a pain in the butt to put all back together once you get them all apart. You had to put this together in a sequence in order to make it all work. If you thought you could just bolt it all together and put the springs on, or put the springs on like it is and then put it on, no, it wouldn't work. It's a sequence to it, and I'll have to show you as soon as I figure it out again, because I had to figure it out on the 29 and I've forgotten what I did, so I'll have to figure it out again. I'll tell you, it's a bitch when that Alzheimer's kick in. Yep, I can't remember nothing anymore. Alright, so this is where we are, and I'm sorry I didn't do a video of it, me taking it apart, but I do have to go and take the other wheel off, so maybe I'll see if I can stick this camera in a rag or something, or upside down, and you looking up straight up into the car, or whatever it takes, and show you just how to take it apart. Not that anybody really wants to watch anything like that, but it could be a hoot. I don't know. Alright, so I'm going to get back to what I'm doing. I got just a little bit of uck on my hands, so I might go get a white bread sandwich. Right now, that would freak my wife out. Alright, so I'll see you all later, and until I get to the other side. Maybe I'll show you how I got it apart. There's a little bit to it, and if you haven't done one before, it's sort of screwy. It's like, how do you get this thing apart? It's one of those situations. Even taking the brake line off is sort of a hassle. Alright guys, man, I gotta wash my hands. It feels terrible. Alright, I'll see y'all later. Bye. Uh,